We are just we are members of the Lagos Caucus of the House of Reps. My name is Honorable Enitondola Kubadu. With me here is the Secretary of the Caucus. We are hereby making a press release on the incidents has been happening for the past 2 weeks. We members of the Lagos Caucus of the House of Representatives note with concerns the unfortunate incidents in our state in the last 2 weeks and align with concern and agitation for good governance as presented by the youth. Issues raised by the youth have been extensively discussed at plenary session, and we align with the position of the House of Representatives as enunciated by the Speaker, Honorable Femi Gbajabiamila. We align ourselves with the position of the House of Representatives, well enumerated by the Speaker, one of which is that all victims must be compensated, and the judicial panels already set up have since commenced work. We urge the youth that as their legitimate requests have been attended to, they should support the governor and restore peace in the state. We therefore appeal to the youth to stop all protests because their actions have been hijacked by others with premeditated agenda using social media to misrepresent and spread fake news, to incite violence, looting, vandalization of private and public assets. We condemn in its entirety the attacks on our critical infrastructure, and as of today, over 100 buses, fire stations, council secretariats, ambulances, firefighting vehicles, and banks have been reportedly burnt and private shops, stores looted. We also condemn in very strong terms the invasion of the palace of the Oba of Lagos, as we view this as an attack on our heritage and its sacrilege. We appreciate and thank the Governor of Lagos State, Mr. Babajide Sanwo-Olu, for his tireless, humane, and responsive leadership at this critical time in our country, as he has consistently played. Lastly, we commiserate with all the families of the victims and pray that they may be comforted. Thank you very much. God bless you. Everything just together, because like we said in paragraph 4, we said we appeal to the youth to stop all protests because their actions have been hijacked by others with premeditated agenda using social media to misrepresent and spread fake news, to incite violence, looting, vandalization of private and public. Nobody, and I said nobody in his right senses will incite or stand with any shooting of any unarmed protesters. Never. Nobody will. Nobody will.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Exacting revenge on businesses that are perceived to be connected to people they think are a problem to them. That is not right. People have gone haywire, destroying buses meant to alleviate the transport sufferings of people in Lagos. People are attacking offices that have employed a lot of people in the media that has covered them so well, the media that is always for them, the media that has shown the whole world that Nigerian youth are making demands for change in Nigeria are the same people that are attacking. No sane individual, group, a people would attack the media because you are attacking yourself. It's like a mirror. If you want to ask questions of government, the only way your questions can get across is through the media. So if you attack the medium with which you can get your grievances across, then you are attacking yourself. It's self-attack. It's self-injury. You are holding down yourself. So you are limiting the message. So my plea to whoever is behind these attacks, these senseless attacks on the media, is that stop forthwith. Because you are attacking yourself. You are injuring the cause. You are limiting your reach to the world. So that is my take on this matter. And I'm calling on all the youth, all the groups, and whoever is behind them, is coordinating these attacks to stop forthwith.
Today, there is this another funny thing. Markets, malls, stores have been vandalized, looted.
It is the same. It is the same thing. I mean, the attacks on businesses. That's not the way to go.
Including banks.
Attack on banks, financial institutions, attack on the media. It's a coordinated. It appears that someone somewhere is teleguiding, orchestrating this. That look, let's go on rampage. Let it be anarchy. The whole thing is just a definition of anarchy, because you don't have a direction. Banks have no business with the government that you are directing your grievances at. If truly it's about sending a message to government, then banks are private businesses. The media is a private concern for the people, for the good of the people. The media has no business with government. The media operates independently. So if you want your problems addressed, face the government. Leave the media out of it. Leave businesses out of it. Leave banks out of it. Banks have no business, absolutely, with whatever plight you are in, whatever pains you are suffering. The media didn't attack anyone, didn't kill anyone. The media, we don't carry guns. Media people don't carry guns. Media people don't molest people in streets. Media people rather mirror the society with their grievances. So we are their friends, the friends of the protesters. We agree with all their demands. They should leave us out of it. We should partner for the growth and development of this country, not to bring down the media and expect that you are going to succeed in whatever you are doing.
Thank you so much again. Your name again for the benefit.
My name is Todue Salem.
Can you say about what is going on? Lagos, Kano, Abuja, almost everywhere. We heard about a lot of attacks in Abuja, Gudu, Apo. As today, there is a rumor of attack again. What do you think?
Well, let me start from the beginning. Now we are on our 15th day in the protests, the nationwide protest against the defunct or the disbanded Special Anti-Robbery Squad, otherwise known as SARS. Now, when this protest started 15 days ago, they were very peaceful. And we had expected that after the government had acceded to the demands, at least 5 of the demands of the protesters, the youth, by first of all disbanding SARS, and then secondly directing the 36 state governors to set up Judicial Commission of Inquiries, to look into human rights abuses perpetrated by personnel of the disbanded SARS. We expected that the youth or the conveners of the protest would have withdrawn from the scene. But unfortunately, they continued, and along the line, we noticed that thugs, urchins, and hooligans infiltrated the ranks of the protesters. And what did we see? That is what we are seeing today. Arsonists have taken over, attacking government institutions and properties, attacking individuals, looting, stealing, attacking people. That is no longer protest. It's no longer peaceful protest. And I think this has gone beyond NSAS. Because if it were NSAS, government has already disbanded SARS and come out with a new outfit called SWAT. So we expect that the conveners and those who were protesting should withdraw from the scene, so that the security agencies will now have time to deal with the troublemakers, the looters, the hooligans, the criminals who are now visiting mayhem on the society, destroying government properties. What do they have to do with prisons? Where you go to prisons and you attack a prison and you set prisoners free. You attack banks, you attack individuals, and the worst part of it is that the media has become the whipping boy, in these latest attacks, where the media is being attacked. Even in times of war, nobody dare attack the media. But we have seen it in Nigeria. We have seen it in the past 2-3 days that several media houses have been touched. This is unacceptable. It does not happen anywhere. Even at the height of war, you cannot attack the media. So this is an attack on the media. It's not any attack on TVC or on channels or on the nation. It's an attack on the entire media in Nigeria. And everybody must stand up to condemn this. Of course, what happened in Lekki, people are linking this to it. Of course, it has also contributed, where the military shot some of the protesters. That is condemnable, and I don't think any human being in his good senses will support such a move. But we are calling out the protesters who are still on the streets, who are still going about blocking roads and mounting roadblocks, to please give peace a chance. Let them go back. We believe that their voices have been heard. They have sounded a note of warning, and government has taken good note of that. So let them give government some time. Let them give government an ultimatum. We are going back. If you don't do this within this period, we will come back. But with what is happening today, what we are saying now, it's war against the state. It's war against the Nigerian people. It's no longer peaceful protest. So we appeal to them to please withdraw from the scene.
But for those people that we saw from the clips that are picking properties, items in a store and all the rest, they are not looking like people that have been in the protest earlier, 10 days ago.
Well, you wouldn't know, because when the protest started, why nobody was recruited, or there was no profiling, there was no requirement as to say you have to meet up certain requirement before you be part of the protest. So people join on their own, and you see people came in with different intentions. Because if you watch out, in the first 1 week, they were talking about NSAS. But the moment government pronounced that SARS has been disbanded, they moved a step further. End bad governance, and some were even shouting, end Buhari. You cannot change a democratically elected government through violent means. If you want to change that government, you have instruments of government. There's a National Assembly. You can come through the National Assembly, through your representatives in the National Assembly, and you initiate an impeachment process, which the government can be removed. If you cannot do that, you can wait for the next election. So it's not by violence, by violent means. So all these people you are seeing today went to join the protest with different intentions. Some were there to loot. Some are there to cause confusion. Some are there to spread fake news. And that is what we have seen in the last few days.
Well, it's unfortunate. We saw it coming. What we didn't know is over the years.
Okay.
What we don't know is happening right before our eyes. We just pray that the authorities get around it and restore calmness, because at the end of the day, the violence will take us nowhere. If there is anarchy, nobody can go out. Even the protesters themselves will not get what they are looking for. We have copious example to give. We saw what happened in Libya. We saw what happened in Syria. 10 years after the uprising there, these countries are still at war. So we only know the beginning. We don't know where it is heading to. But in all, these are lessons for those entrusted with the opportunity to govern the country. They should call it quit. I mean, it's high time they stop taking Nigerians for granted. The generation of Nigerians we see today, the upcoming ones, are a much more enlightened group of Nigerians. They are not the generation of our fathers. They don't even fall within our generation. This is a digital age. And you think they are not watching, they are watching. And when they vent their anger, this is what you get. And it's unfortunate, like I say, but our prayer is for everything to subside, let peace return, and then let's give the authority a second chance again to see whether they've learned their lesson from what has happened.
Well, I know you are one of our guys that we believe in. What will you be expecting from President Buhari in a few minutes that he's going to talk very soon? What do you think he's going to say?
Well, if the president finally decides to address the nation, I will expect him to talk to our youth like a father, like a grandfather that he is, appeal to them, roll out promises, roll out palliatives, not just the promissory type of palliatives that will come handy in tangible terms that the youths can feel. Because beyond the call for the end SARS, the underlying problem behind this problem is that of hardship, unemployment. Our graduates left school 10 years ago, 5 years ago. I even know of graduates who left school 15 years ago and are jobless. We find ourselves in a country where if you don't know somebody up there, you can't get a job. So these are some of the things that need to change. The president should come out in strong terms and talk to our youths that the government of the day will address the teething problem, the problem they are confronted with, which revolves around hardship, unemployment, poverty. Once you give the youth a sense of belonging, I think he would have been able to calm frayed nerves. Adamu Abu is my name. I'm a journalist.